Welcome to the Kaya's Wellness, Aesthetic and Longevity podcast. I'm Samina Ghori, your host for this podcast. Today, we're going to talk about something very exciting, the transformative journey of Kaya over 20 years. Kaya has been acquired by Humania Capital. That's going to be revolutionizing Kaya within the region. Today, I have with me Ammir Rehan, the CEO of Humania Capital. Welcome, Aamir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So today we want to talk about what Humania is and why Humania thought that Kaya would be a good investment.
Okay. See, Humania is a capital house which focuses on, as you would see in our tagline, we take that seriously. We focus on key areas like healthcare, education, particularly medical education. And we have our focus has been to look to expand the footprint, healthcare. Generally healthcare wellness footprint to be able to address the growing needs of more people in the Gulf and the region, the North Africa and other emerging markets that join the Gulf as well. We two approaches. One is the growth of our flagship group, which is the Saudi German Hospital Group. Humania has been actively involved in expanding Saudi German's presence in North Africa, Egypt, Morocco, going to South Asia. We have been involved in expanding Saudi German's presence in spaces like mental health, drug addiction, etc. And the other aspect of the growth is naturally Saudi German is a hospital group. We look for companies which are the part of the overall ecosystem where an existing team exists, an existing company is there which has been serving customers, and we see if we can acquire that or we can invest in that and support the growth of that company. Kaya is part of that strategy, if I may, or journey, if I may, because we have always felt that we need to be present in the wellness longevity space in a substantive way.
Okay.
And that's how we got involved in Kaya.
So as we know, we are rebranding Kaya to Wellness and Longevity. What does wellness and longevity mean in transformation, in the new innovation of this industry?
So the transformation is not just a transformation of the brand, of course, basically, because once you transform the brand, basically, you need to reinforce this with service offering and with more products and services. Generally speaking, what we see is that we have in the past 30, 40 years, 50 years, perhaps, as innovation, as a community, cracked a lot of problems and challenges in healthcare, in disease management, as we say, right? I come from, hospital background as well, though from the investment side. We've made a lot of progress in disease management. But the question then is it all about disease?
Yeah.
It is also about wellness. It is also about longevity. It is also about being in a space wherein you're not necessarily treating a disease, but you are addressing well-being. And in that context, while skin has been a centerpiece and it will continue to remain a very important part of the overall wellness theme, but there's a lot that is changing as well, and we intend to be a leader in those changes. This includes, see, at the end of the day, what do we do when we say skin, right? We are enhancing the longevity of the skin itself, right? We're trying to make the skin work better for us. Let's put it this way, right? So, but there's the rest of the body as well, right? So there's a lot of innovation in this field. There is a lot of excitement, and we believe that Kaya is very well positioned to take a leadership role in all of this.
That's great. That sounds amazing. So you mentioned you have a very big footprint with Humania. Tell me a little bit about your vision of how you see Kaya expanding into the region.
You see, at the end of the day, the people who come to the hospital are people who are unwell, right? But the people who want to feel uh, better, look better, right? Uh, have a better sense of well-being, health. That's the entire population, right? That's the entire population. So we are expanding ourselves to reach out to the entire population. Uh, we have introduced within Kaya a slimming program. We have we are bringing in some of we are expanding with international dermatologists and plastic surgeons. We are taking a number of initiatives which we are actively interacting with the leaders in innovation and technology to take that leadership position. And why not? Kaya has been a leader in this space for a long time. When we got into this acquisition, I used to ask people if they've heard of Kaya, and everybody knew about Kaya's name, right? So great brand presence, and we want to reach out to the entire population and lead their wellness and their improvement in their sense of well-being at multiple levels.
As you mentioned, Kaya has a very strong brand name. So tell me a little bit about the clients of Kaya. How do you think they trust us? How do you think they will believe our innovations in aesthetic medicine? Is it the go to place, or would they still prefer to go to a hospital setting?
So, so it's the reason why we got into this space is that wellness is not an extension of a hospital setting, right? I mean, some aspects of it will have an overlap. I do not believe the fact that hospitals would do justice to people who are um, generally well overall. They would have some aspects of the service offering. I believe that this is something which needs to happen in a non-hospital setting or in settings which are dedicated to this, right? For example, we have our own, though we have got so many operating theaters in our hospitals, then we're going to use those as needed, but we have got our dedicated day surgery center to address the needs of our clients because they don't need to go to a hospital. My view is that wellness will need to happen in different settings, and Kaya is very well positioned for that as well.
Okay. So I have an interesting question for you. In China, we have heart operations that are being done by robots. Do you think the industry of dermatology or plastic surgery will be taken over with some of the new, let's say, AI generated robots?
So it's a space we are looking at very closely. And generally speaking, with AI, I can tell you two things, right? One is nobody knows what is going to come in the real sense, right? And anybody who is serious about their business has to be very conscious about what is coming out there, right? And we are very serious about this. We believe the fact that AI will play a role, and AI will for sure play a role in enhancing our offering of personalized treatment. This has been a core Kaya ethos, and with AI, we will ensure the fact that the treatment is even more personalized. We will make sure that every individual does not just feel the personalized nature of the interaction once she or he has landed in a Kaya clinic, but should have that sense from the time that she or he starts interacting with Kaya, whether it is through the app, whether through the website, etc., basically, or even a call center. Wherever people interact with Kaya, they will have that sense of personalization. That is for sure. To the extent that as to what how robotic treatment will come in, I think we'll have to see. There will be a lot more enhancement in the equipment, but I do believe the fact that for now we will keep human interface as a very important part of the engagement with more innovative equipment, with more information, with more personalization. Some areas like hair transplant, etc., they are reasonably, because they're well known for robots to offer that. Uh, we will see how we can uh, use all this AI guidance to be able to treat patients. You have to remember that we are a hospital group basically, so we do a lot of innovation, equipment, etc., as a general ethos
Yeah.
as well.
Okay, that's so very interesting about quick commerce is that people want things immediately. So tell me a little bit about home service, how you think Kaya's clients will benefit from home servicing.
Yeah, I see how quick commerce is obviously, we all see that. We have, as Humania, we have an ecosystem. So it's not what, and we want to leverage, on the ecosystem for Kaya's customers. Uh, there are certain aspects of our ecosystem. For example, we have a separate business, we're affiliated, which is labs, and in a collection of blood samples, etc. Right? They are licensed for that. So we will leverage on that to be able to provide solutions to customers, which are complete and integrated. But having said that, the we believe the fact that the people who are serious about their well-being, their longevity, uh, generally beauty, and their aesthetic presence, they will benefit from coming to the clinic. There is a bigger team. There are holistic solutions. They would get to know a lot more, and they will experience the Kaya service. So yes, we will address uh, convenience for them, especially when it comes to blood collection, etc. Right? There's an overlap between wellness and medical,
Yeah.
uh, uh, but we would also encourage them to interact more with us, talk to us, and come to our clinic for a more complete experience.
Great. That sounds amazing. So let's talk a little bit about Kaya's regional expansion. Where do you see Kaya in 3 years' time, in 5 years' time, and even in 10 years' time?
Okay, 10 years is a long time, but I can give you some perspective on how we are looking to grow. You
Yeah.
see, we are already growing from a strong base. Kaya is in 3 countries. Kaya has got 20 plus clinics, and this this already puts us in a place wherein we are one of the few chains, right? As such, basically, right? Um, you know, multi-center, multi-clinic operations, right? It is important because you see what happens is that you need to, if you're at a scale already, your systems, etc., are built, are in place to create more scale. As a group, we have already been quite adventurous. As a group, we have built hospitals in North Africa as well. We are building a hospital in Pakistan, for example, and continuing to expand. So the ethos of the group is to expand in the regional geographic footprint, and I think Kaya will follow the same ethos as well. This is a space in which we are not just going to be present in the GCC, but in other countries over the years, right? So, in what way? I mean, at the end of the day, so the immediate target would be to get to 100. I believe that is very achievable. We will expand ourselves and with partners, and then we'll see from there.
Yeah. So, of course, you're looking at Kaya as an investor. Tell me a little bit about how Aamir looks at Kaya and what's your opinion? How would you recommend Kaya to people looking for aesthetics?
You see, to start with, I am very, I've become very conscious about well-being. You see, I see young people, right? The interesting thing about well-being is that I'm not hearing this from. I used to think that it's people who are older or my age, right? Who would be looking at this more seriously. But I find this this feedback from young people, right, in their 20s, in their 30s, and that is fantastic. I feel that this whole idea of wanting to feel well, wanting to look well, wanting to have a good lifestyle, right, and trying to juxtapose nature within a busy, stressful city life.
Yeah.
I think that's a that's a fantastic basis to encourage people to interact with Kaya, because it offers all that. It offers all the solutions to the problems that men and women are trying to solve.
So when clients come to you, how do you recommend Kaya? Why do you recommend Kaya? What's your favorite things about Kaya?
I think first of all, I do believe the fact, and I honestly believe, because this is something that has, that has excited me about Kaya ever since I got involved in the process of us becoming a part of Kaya. And the team in Kaya really does seek to delight their customers, right? And I think that once they go there, they will find solutions for them, which are which are interesting and in line with what they're looking for. But we are expanding service lines. We are bringing, and we continue to build on state of the art equipment, etc. And everybody has individual needs. But what I would do is that I would focus a lot more on whatever wherever people want to experience longevity over a period of time, right? Um, and generally speaking, interact with Kaya not just at the level of skin, but that Kaya is very, very well established for, but also having conversations with our doctors and dermatologists, generally speaking about functional medicine, but trying to see how they can modify their diets, for example, to have a better lifestyle. Kaya is increasingly focusing on helping people, or working with people in these areas as well, right? So that's what I would recommend. Talk to Kaya about slimming. Talk to Kaya about functional medicine. Talk to Kaya about longevity. You will get some very, very exciting solutions. Longevity is not a buzzword now. Everybody wants this. Do you think longevity also means preventative medicine? And how do you see this rolling out in the region? Longevity, to some extent, is preventative medicine, but longevity, to a large extent, is also a, a sense of well being for a longer period of time. Basically, you see, if you look at statistics, life expectancy has gone up. So, some problems about disease management have been solved. If average life expectancy in a reasonably developed environment, and the Gulf falls into that, is around 80 years or so, right? Which has gone up in a big way, right? In this increase in life expectancy, what is it about expectancy of health, expectancy about well-being? How do you interact with nature in an environment which is predominantly about urban centers and cities? So all of this is holistically about longevity. Longevity is about reducing your uh, sense of not feeling tired, not feeling fatigued, glowing skin. So it has a more holistic than just about preventative medicine, but that of course is an important part of that process as well. Sounds amazing. We all look forward to living longer, healthier, and at Kaya, definitely with wellness, aesthetics, longevity, we look to the future. Longer, healthier, and having more fun in life. Yes, definitely. And Kaya will ensure the fact that you can continue to have fun in life as you live longer. So tell me a little bit about Kaya. Is it just for females, or can men also come? You see, at the end of the day, the problems that we are looking to solve for, they are all secular problems, right? If I may say so, they're gender agnostic. Now, it so happens that women, because women are generally more intelligent than men, they got that sense early on. So you see more women, conscious about well-being, about aesthetics. But I think we are, as men, we are catching up on the intelligence. And with that, I believe the fact that our solutions are gender agnostic, and everybody who wants to feel good, look good, and have a chill approach to life, should be associated with Kaya, men and women. Definitely. That sounds amazing. So
Kaya is not just for females, it is for men. We have a lot of clients that come in that are also men.
In fact, if I may add to that, that we have got specific solutions which are tailored only for men, because naturally we have got men and women have different anatomies.
Yes.
So there are those specific solutions as well, basically. So we definitely
Katie.
look at wellness as in a more holistic way.
Yeah, definitely. No, perfect. Thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure and it's been an exciting journey. And we wait to see how Kaya's wellness aesthetic longevity lives out in the future. Thank you and stay rejuvenated until the next time.